let's begin with a hypothetical question. If you were given a pair of boots that had the ability to shoot bullets from the bottom of them, what's the first thing you would do? Shoot rapid fire to fly across a lake? Use them to fight crime as a masked vigilante? Hack and slash your way through demons from the underworld? How about jumping into a near bottomless well? Fortunately, we don't have to speak in hypotheticals anymore, since Downwell for the Nintendo Switch lets you live out that fantasy itself. Originally released on mobile phones, Downwell is a combination of a few different genres: shoot 'em ups, roguelikes, and platformers. Being only a fan of that last one had me nervous when first beginning my descent into Downwell. Thankfully, as I realized soon after my first few runs, not liking those genres was unimportant and irrelevant, as I grew to quite enjoy Downwell despite that. The basic idea behind Downwell is pretty simple. Through the use of only 3 buttons, players must make their way through 12 quick, procedurally generated levels to beat the game. At your disposal are the aforementioned gun boots, which can be used to defeat enemies and slow down your fall, upgrades handed out at the end of each level, gun modifications to change up how you want to play, and the occasional shop where extra health and ammo are sold. That's really about it. Sure, there are plenty of awesome upgrades like a drone that assists you in shooting or an ability to eat the corpses of dead enemies to gain health, but the core gameplay is really as simple as 3 buttons. And with that simplicity, also found in games like Celeste and Super Mario Odyssey, comes immense satisfaction. Every action feels fluid, tight, and intentional, never inputting a mistake or being punished for something that wasn't my fault. Descending down the well at top speed, chaining combos while stomping on and shooting at enemies is an extremely fulfilling gameplay experience. With Downwell being a roguelike, you'll find yourself replaying it over and over again in short bursts. For those new to roguelike video games, they typically consist of generated levels, permanent death, and little to no ability to keep items found between each run. For instance, in Downwell, every death puts you right back at the start, as if you just installed the game, except for the gems collected, as they are the in-game currency that are used to unlock new things. Beating the game through the final 13th boss level took me around 20 minutes, though that was preceded by a couple hours of shorter runs, all of which were valuable practice to becoming better at the game, in addition to increasing my collection of the game's currency used to unlock new gameplay styles and color palettes. While Downwell doesn't deviate too far off the path from other roguelikes in its respawning and retrying mechanics, I think the fact that the platforming and shooting combined into one is really what keeps me coming back to the game day after day, attempting to get better and improve on my time or make it further with a different style. As it was originally designed with mobile gameplay in mind, Downwell works particularly well on the Nintendo Switch, at least from a timing perspective. It's a great game to whip out in any situation you have a few minutes to kill, as ending a run early will still progress your total experience, thus not being a total loss if you don't have a full 20 minutes to spare. Unfortunately, being designed for mobile phones means Downwell better suits a vertical screen, something my TV and Switch aren't, at least when used as intended. In the settings menu for Downwell, the ability to rotate the game to Tate mode is available, though I lack the proper grip or arcade-style stand to make good use of the feature. It's a nice touch for those with compatible accessories, and my enjoyment of Downwell has made me consider purchasing a vertical grip myself. While beating Downwell, depending on skill level, can take anywhere from 10 minutes to a couple of hours, the game provides some additional ways to increase its longevity, the biggest of which is its variety of styles included. At the start, you're given the ability to play with the classic style, but through constantly playing and gaining experience through the collection of gems, new styles can be unlocked. These new styles change attributes about your character in the run, such as your weight, how much health you have, and how often items or shops appear during the run. Switching up the style proved to be a fun way to spice things up when I wanted an easier or more difficult descent down the well, or even if I just wanted to change the mechanics without necessarily changing the difficulty altogether. Another way to mix things up, while not causing a real difference in gameplay, is by changing the palette used. Palettes are unlocked like styles, but are handed out much more frequently. While Downwell only has 5 styles, there are over 30 palettes, some of which I've yet to unlock. These completely change the way the game looks, sometimes making it more difficult, especially with some of the crazier palettes or the monochrome one. In addition to styles and palettes, Downwell includes in-game achievements coined as trophies, which are unlocked for completing a variety of different tasks, from simply beating levels to more specific ones like taking no damage on a run. The trophies added definitely made the experience better, as I've gone back and started runs with specific trophies in mind, making it feel fresh and new. Downwell exceeds in both its visual and musical components, integrating both so well into gameplay. In the visual department, every enemy is highlighted bright red, or possibly blue, green, or any other color you so happen to choose through the palettes menu. Keeping track of enemies is typically very easy because of this, though sometimes when they bunch up it can get a bit hectic. On a slight sour note, Downwell does experience a slight slowdown when taking a hit from an enemy. It's impossible for me to tell if this is intended by the developer or not, but it felt a little out of place. Thankfully, the invincibility granted after taking damage makes the slowdown easier to deal with. In terms of music, Downwell may only feature a few tracks, but they're all extremely catchy. The game also does a cool thing where music will stop when entering side caves or before touching the ground at the start of a level. It's a small touch, but it really helps calm you down during moments of safety, in addition to upping the intensity of when the music does play. Overall, Downwell is a great game with a lot included in the package. It's challenging, engaging, and rewarding, especially when you get in the flow of falling down the well, stomping on enemies, and using the gun boots to perfect your movement. After many hours with the game, I still feel compelled to go back and keep unlocking new palettes, earning new trophies, or beating personal time records. I like Downwell a lot, and highly recommend it to anyone looking to scratch the itch of a fast-paced pick-up-and-play game. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to GameXplain for more on Downwell, the Nintendo Switch, and other things gaming. Bye.